The colonization of Zambia. Did you know that Zambia, the land of the mighty Victoria Falls and one of the world's largest copper producers, was once ruled not directly by Britain, but by a private company? That's right. Before it became a colony, Zambia's fate was shaped by powerful corporations, colonial greed, and the resilience of its people. Stay with me, because the colonization of Zambia is a story you'll never forget. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll uncover how Zambia went from thriving pre-colonial societies to British South Africa company control, to a British colony, and finally to independence in 1964. If you enjoy African history and stories that shape the modern world, make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more historical deep dives. 1. Pre-colonial Zambia. Long before the British arrived, the land we now call Zambia was home to many different peoples: the Bemba, Lozi, Tonga, Ngoni, Chewa, and others. These groups were farmers, cattle herders, hunters, and skilled traders. They mined and smelted iron, produced salt, and exchanged goods like ivory and copper across vast networks that stretched to the Swahili coast and southern Africa. In other words, Zambia was not an empty land waiting to be discovered. It was already full of thriving societies and kingdoms. 2. European arrival. In the late 18th century, Portuguese traders made contact, but it was the 19th century Scottish missionary and explorer David Livingstone who truly put Zambia on Europe's map. His journeys along the Zambezi River and his description of the breathtaking Victoria Falls caught the imagination of the British public. Livingstone's reports sparked missionary activity, trade interests, and eventually, the ambitions of empire builders, men like Cecil Rhodes, who dreamed of controlling all of southern and central Africa. 3. British South Africa Company rule. During the scramble for Africa in the late 18s, Cecil Rhodes and his British South Africa Company, or BSAC, moved into Zambia. By pressuring local chiefs into signing treaties, often without fully understanding what they meant, the BSAC gained control of land and mineral rights. By 1891, Zambia was effectively under company rule. It was divided into northwestern and northeastern Rhodesia, later merged into northern Rhodesia in 1911. Imagine that, an entire country ruled not by a government, but by a private corporation chasing profits. 4. From company to colony. In 1924, control passed from the BSAC to the British Colonial Office. Zambia, now Northern Rhodesia, became an official British colony. Soon after, rich copper deposits were discovered in the Copperbelt, transforming the region into one of the world's leading mining centers. But while European companies grew incredibly wealthy, African workers were paid poorly, forced into hard labor, and denied basic political rights. Life under colonial rule meant exploitation, taxes, restrictions, and exclusion from decision-making in their own land. 5. Rise of nationalism. Resistance to colonial rule grew after World War II. Strikes by African mine workers and political organizations demanded change. The Northern Rhodesia African Congress, and later the United National Independence Party, or UNIP, became the driving force of nationalism. Kenneth Kaunda, a teacher-turned-politician, emerged as a key leader. He and many others pushed for majority rule, rejecting the system that privileged European settlers over Africans. 6. Road to independence. In 1953, Britain forced Zambia into the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland, along with Malawi and Zimbabwe. Africans opposed the federation fiercely, and it collapsed a decade later. Finally, on October 24, 1964, Northern Rhodesia achieved independence and became the Republic of Zambia, with Kenneth Kaunda as the nation's first president. The colonial era had come to an end. The colonization of Zambia is a story of power, exploitation, and resilience. Despite decades of foreign control, the Zambian people fought for and reclaimed their independence. If you enjoyed this history breakdown, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and subscribe for more history content from across Africa and beyond.